Hi everyone, let's see how to create a Windows virtual machine via Azure portal. Log into the portal, and if you wonder why my portal looks different, you can have the theme and settings changed as per your convenience. Let's get started. Let's start with creating a resource group so that we could get a logical separation of resources. Make sure to choose a unique name. Let's take test RG in East US. Tags help us to logically organize resources, which is not mandatory. Hence, we can go ahead and create an RG. Our resource group is ready now. It is always a suggested practice to create a virtual network so that we can place all the resources inside. The resources within a VNet can communicate with each other. Let's create a test VNet and give the address space which is not taken before. If you click anywhere outside, you can see the number of IP address you can get, which simplifies your subnetting calculation. Every resource must be under one resource group. So let's choose the test RG we have created. Give a name for the subnet and mention the address range. For time being, let's leave other options as they are and proceed with VNet creation. Our deployment has started and it usually takes up to 2 minutes. Our VNet is ready. Now let's go ahead and create our virtual machine and place it within the VNet. Note that both the VNet and VM will be under test RG. Let's walk through all the options one by one. It is mandatory to give a unique name to our VM. Since this is a Windows operating system, I'm giving it as a Windows VM. Let's choose East US since the VNet is in East US. We haven't learned about availability option, so skip for the time being and choose the operating system. Now, the size of the VM. Unlike on-premise environment, Azure gives us ready-made VM configuration, wherein you can choose any VM size which fits for the purpose. I'm choosing DS1V2. Though it is a 1-core 4 GB machine, it works really well with Win 2012. The username easy to remember. Add the suffix user to the name of the VM. Hence, I am giving Windows VM user. Give a unique password and then confirm the same password without any typo. Please remember these login credentials. Let's make this as a web server. So open the relevant ports 80 and 443. If you already have Windows license, you can save up to 50% of the cost, which is amazing. Moving on to the second tab, we can attach a data disk apart from the operating system disk that we can get. Currently, we don't need, hence moving on to the third tab, networking. Here, we could see the VNet and subnet that we have created. Now, do you understand why we created a VNet first before creating a VM? Good. Let's keep the options as they are and move on to the fourth tab. Turn the boot diag off as we are testing, but it is recommended to keep it on for the live environment. The fifth tab gives us options to choose extensions like antivirus, backup software, Puppet Agent, etc. We don't need them at the moment, and move on to the sixth tab, tags. For our understanding, let's create this VM for sales team wherein we bill in rupees. We are at the final step to review the product details and the cost. And that's the end of virtual machine creation, which usually takes up to 3 to 5 minutes. Our Windows virtual machine is ready. The status here says running, location is perfect, and that's the size of the VM that we have chosen. All is well. Let's log into the VM with the public IP address. Click on the connect here and that will take to the RDP. Make sure to give the right VM credentials. Windows VM user that we have chosen and the right password that we have confirmed. Good, we are inside the virtual machine. Let's make this as a web server. Choose IIS option in the Server Manager and follow the on-screen procedure. The installation started. Meanwhile, let's put the public IP of the VM in the browser and see what we get. It's not working now as the web server is getting ready. Once all the components are getting installed, let's refresh the same browser and see how it goes. Let's refresh. Here we go. Our web server is absolutely ready to use. Now we need to learn some additional and important information. The extra resource group that you see is created by Azure to monitor the network traffic. Also, there are some additional resources that come along with VM. Hence, while deleting the virtual machine, it is important to delete the associated resources as well. In turn, if we delete the resource group, all the resources will be deleted within the RG. And that's the step-by-step procedure to create a Windows VM and make it a web server.